So yes, let's begin. So this is a clipboard. It basically has functionalities which you can use to sort of manipulate your data, maybe move it to another cell, copy formatting in that cell into another cell. So let's try it. For example, you want to move this document totally, I mean the information in this cell totally from cell A1 to cell A2. You're going to use the cut function. It removes it entirely, removes the data entirely into a different location. So if you press cut and you come here and then you paste, basically paste this. So there's a shortcut for that. It's Control X. It does the same thing. If you hover on it, it basically says that. Now, let's revert that. Now, you don't want to entirely remove the data from one cell to another. Now you just want to copy the data into another cell. That's when you use copy. Similar thing, you click on copy, you put the cursor on your doc on the cell that you want to copy the information from. You click on copy, you move it to where you want to transition the information to, then you tap on paste. Simple as that. Great. Now Now, what is this little clipper thing? It's called a format painter. Basically, what a format painter does, like the name says, it copies whatever formatting is in one cell and paints it onto the where you want to take it to. So, example, let's say the name cell, the data in this cell is bold, italicized, whatever, and you want to copy, you want to make um the data in this cell replicate that. You just do format painter and you bring that and it basically replicates that. That's it. So that's the clipboard. Now the next area that we need to know about on the home tab, we're going to do all three, but the most important one that everybody uses on a daily basis is the home tab. It has the formatting, the what you need basically from day to day. We'll do all the tabs, but today let's focus on home tab. So this is the font sort of tab. The font tab has to do with how your data looks. Okay, so let's say apologies again, using these same two cells. Okay, like you remember that when I was doing the let's see, so right, so now you want to enhance the appearance of your data, right? So now let's you want to make, so this is what this font tab is for. This is the font type. There are different fonts that you can use. You can select for to make your data look the way you want it to look. This is the font size to whether increase the size of your data or to decrease it. That's what it's used for. The bottom here is this is for bold to bolden the text, italics to italize the text, or to underline. U is for underline. That is what it's for. This is to create a table or borders, to be honest, around your data. Let's say you have a set of example name, age, class, right? And you want the data to look presentable. That's what you make borders around. You make to stand out. That's basically what it does. Yep. Then this is to fill your cell different colors. This is to change your font type, make it red, make it blue, do as you please. These two are basically they replicate this function, but in a different way. So this is to increase the size of your font without going all the way through this, and then this is to decrease the size of your font. That's what it does. Now the next section is alignment. So the alignment section, what it basically does, like the name says, aligns your data how you want it to be. Okay, so there are different things in there. So this one makes your data go up or down depending on what you want it to look like. So using this the data in cell B1, if you want it to be higher place, you do that, come down the middle. You want it to be at the bottom, that's what you use. And then in the same thing, in the same sort of breath, the bottom ones are meant to use it like Maybe you want a left alignment, a center alignment, a right alignment. That's what's for. So this left, center, right. That's exactly what it does. This part is obviously indented or like orientation. Maybe you want it to look like that. You want it to do like that. You want it to look like that. That's basic. You want it to be like this. Sorry, you don't actually see the full effect. That's what it looks like. And that to just play around with it. That's basically what it looks like. Right. Now wrap text. Wrap text is used to contain the data in one cell. For example, when you look at the data in this cell, it's cutting across multiple cells because it's too long. So that's when the wrap text comes into play. So when you click on wrap text, it then contains all of it into the cell. That's what's for. Merge and center as well. Let's say these three come under these, but they are under that. Okay. So you use merge and center to sort of merge those three so that so that that header is being catered for under these three sort of subheaders. That's it. Okay. Now let's go into the number one. So this is basically formatting things pertaining to do with numbers, figures, dates, currencies, what have you. So general, I'll come to that, but this is for like currency, to select a different currency or accounting formats. You can pick various currencies when you click on it basically. Now this is for percentage. Say you have this number and you want it to look like a percentage so that at a glance somebody can know what that they're looking at. You just use that and it changes into a percentage format. This as well is a number. Say it's very confusing to look at numbers when the zeros are a lot. Like you now have to count on the screen one, two, three, how many zeros are there to be able to figure out what figure it is. That's where the comma comes in. So you do that, and at a glance, you can tell what number you're looking at. Similarly, these two are used for the number of decimal places you want after the point. So this increases the number of decimal places, and this decreases the number of decimal places. That's about that. So this sort of changes you the this actually this is used to determine how you want your number to look like. So it's like a number format tab. So let's say we have this date, right? And like different under different jurisdictions, they show dates differently. Like America shows their dates differently. So let's say you want to show the date in a different way, that's when this comes in. So you click to the bottom, you want a short date, that's what we have. You want a long date, you click on long date, and that's what it comes as. And now let's say you want to switch the months and the years and the days around like different people do. That's when that you click the bottom number formats. Then there are various number formats available that you can pick from. Like I was saying, you can make the year first, followed by the month and the date, or anyhow you want to play it. So if you pick that, it now makes the year first, followed by the month before the date. Okay, now this is styles. Styles has so many things in it. It has the conditional formatting where well, conditional formatting, we're going to do a whole sort of thing around it, but some of the basic things that conditional formatting does is it helps you to visualize data and get information at a glance. Example, let's say you have this range of cells. Another lovely thing about Excel is how intuitive it is. So, example, if you have 10, 9, instead of filling it all the way to the bottom, all you can do is click on the two, drag it down. It will sort of fill it for you because it's intuitive and just picks up the figures and realizes that's a descending order. Similarly, if you want to go the other way, it would just filter it down in an ascending order. So let's say example, if we're gonna do like a detailed tutorial on what you can do with conditional formatting, but to just give you like a taster, this is what it can do. So example, you want to okay, you want to say in a grading system, you just want to if it's less than 5 is bad, if it's above 10, if above 5 is good, right? So you, as a glance, you want to be able to tell this is it. So it just shows you that 0 is terribly bad. So if you have a series of data sets, let's say you have like 5, 7, 6, 4, 5, 9, or 2, 3, 4, 8, like, oh, not 76, 8, 10, 9, 4. Like it could just tell you that, oh, okay, averagely the greens are better, like the greens are more than the reds. It just gives you a gist of it. Another powerful thing that conditional formatting does is it helps you identify duplicate values. Let's say 9, 7, 4, 5, 3, 9, 12, 19, 17, right? 5, 6. You want to know the number of duplicate values. Okay, this is particularly important. Let's say you're dealing with because other numbers or something, right? You want to pick out the ones that are repeat and say they have corresponding figures. You're not going to sum up duplicate values, sorts of things. So conditional formatting helps with this as well. So if you come here, highlight duplicate values, at a glance, you can just tell, okay, most of them are duplicate values. Yeah, but we're going to do a deeper dive into conditional formatting and how it can help you later on in later series in this Excel series. So the next one is table format, basically. The type of table you want, really, as simple as that. And then obviously cell format as well, the kind of cell you want. This is for cells, so you have, let's say, you have a set of documents. I mean, you have a set of data in a cell. You skipped one when you were inputting the cell data. You could just insert a row in the middle, and then it will just pick up from there. This is for editing. So editing is like where you find your formulas, your sums, your average, your count, your max, your min. This helps you sort filter data, like sort data or filter data. Okay, so let's use these two. Sort is to sort from either ascending order or descending order. As basic as that. That is what a sort is for. So sort, you can largest to highest, and then sorry, smallest to largest. It will just filter everything out. It will just sort everything out for you. Vice versa, if you want to sort largest to smallest, it will do exactly the same or the opposite really. Then you can filter by color. So now you just want to pick up only greens. Haha. You want to pick up yellows. See, you want to pick up the people who are there or they're very bad ones. You want to pick up red, like extremely bad. Okay, it's just one, basically. Yeah, so that's what sorting and filtering does. Find and select, they do so many different things that we will also go through. My favorite tool in all of this is data validation and conditional formatting, to be honest. They've helped me in amazing ways. Add-ins, so Excel has some different add-ins that you can connect, you can buy. One of them is data snipper. If you're an auditor, you know this. Another one is able bits. Again, if you are I won't say an auditor, if you're like an Excel person, you know about able bits. It has amazing functionalities. Like think of add-ins as additional superpowers given to Excel basically to make it perform even more better. Analyze data is like a visualization tool. We'll go through all of that. So to sort of finish off, just a recap. So we've talked about the clipboard, the fonts, the alignment, the number, style, cells, editing, and all of that. Sensitivity, we'll talk about much later in the series. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in to the fine print. Like, subscribe for more of this, you can put in the comment section what other like functionalities you want to explore. But this is like the first one, which is like Excel basics. We're going to go through all of it. We're going to go through how to insert, we're going to go through how to power pivot, we're going to do pivot tables, we're going to do Power Query, we're going to do amazing things, how to bring in charts, pictures, 3D models, visualization, data. We're going to learn about so many functions and formulas. So stay tuned. Bye.